in both locker rooms because I love that.
First team tonight.
Game.
Oh yeah. What type of stuff? You get to go home. Cool. Okay. And unfortunately, this beautiful jacket will never air, but no, if they forfeit it. Not tonight. I'm not doing it Friday. We're not doing this.
Maybe Sunday.
Oh yeah, no, this one was it. Yeah, here's the thing. Now that I figured out how to do this, I can make one Sunday and then have one that just has the LIHSL logo. Now that I know how, the next thing is how to come up for playoffs that are
The other ones are good. No, it's not red, it's like a pink. It's not red. It's like Gabe. Gabe, what color are those jerseys? What color are those jerseys?
Yes!
Thank you. Wrong answer, Dave. I have no idea how to get each part of the NYIHSHL and whatever bullshit logo for the effect, because when I used to do After Effects, I only did it, like if I could start on one side and go around and do the other. But having all of it together
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live on the LI Sports Network. Just a solo matchup tonight here at the Town of Oyster Bay Skating Center. NYIHSHL scooped up a forfeit win, as East Meadow did not have enough skaters to participate earlier on this evening. So just the one matchup. Manhasset, Bethpage ready to go. Warm-ups concluded. Both sides at center ice. Manhasset left to right, first and third. Bethpage right to left. First and third in their white uniforms. Manhasset in the dark-colored uniforms. We're underway. Bethpage will chop it in. Looking to get on the forecheck immediately. Last time these two teams met, it was a 4-0 victory for Manhasset. A win for Manhasset will be crucial for them, as they will be able to jump back up into the third position in the standings. Just 1 point behind NYIHSHL right now. Sylvia trying to cut in, and it's knocked off of his stick. Policio avoids a check, got knocked off the puck. Bouncing around in neutral ice, Policio will dump it in. Manhasset who reset things. Broken up at the red line by Billy Wendell. Off the bench, Soramakos will curl and go. Soramakos to the net. Save made. Addison Menz. Rebound doesn't go as Halpern was trying to stuff it there. Menz in the cage for Bethpage. Will Sylvia for Manhasset. Seam pass. Soramakos. Gloves stopped by Menz. Stretch pass, delayed offside as Katopka playing forward tonight, trying to spring to get a chance. Soramakos with a shot that's blocked. Over from Mondiello, that gets through, but knocked away by Bergen. Through the blue paint, now all the way up top to the point. Sauced off to the corner, Bergen now looks to clear it out, slides the pass to Seglio. Seglio going long, redirected in. Icing going to be called. Touched up on the wrong side of the red. So O-zone draw coming here for Manhasset. A little over 2 minutes gone in period number one. Manhasset 7-5 entering tonight. Bethpage 4-9. Again, win for Manhasset tonight will put them into the third seed, 1 point ahead of NYIHSHL. As that's dumped in on Sylvia, he'll hold it for the whistle. NYIHSHL on 17 points, Manhasset on 16 currently. Long Beach occupying the one spot, 25 points with 1 game remaining. Belmore American second with 21 points. They still have 4 games left on their schedule. To the high slot. Policio, glove save for Sylvia. McIntyre will drop it back. Byron Soramakos takes a check. Comes up to the point. Jumping around. Bergen on the keep to the cage. Glove stop for Sylvia. Takes another whistle. Shots 3-1 in the early going here. It's Manhasset off the breakout. Clean look through the middle of the ice. Curling back Weston, nothing there. McIntyre collects off the boards. Goes point with it. That deflects wide. Mondiello pinch on the keep in. Now Tumbekis lets it go. Menz with the save. No rebound. It's covered up. Out of the zone come Bethpage. Seglio Gonna dance his way through, nothing there. And out come Manhasset once more as Evan Cho slides it to Druzas. Druzas from the outside. That shot's blocked by Chang. Chang will clear the zone. Comes all the way down. Another icing to be called on the Eagles. From the top of the circle, Harrell's shot steered aside by Menz. Pass to Sylvia, lets it go, save Menz. Rebound is still there. Wendell looking to clear it out, hacked off his stick. Comes down to Chang. Chang puts it off the wall. One more look for Wendell, broken up. And it's pushed out to neutral ice by Katopka. Sorvakos moves it D to D. Liam Carty, high flip, icing called on Manhasset. He was just behind the red. The Eagles trying to get some offense going here. Down to the corner, it's Policia for Chang. Chang walks and shoots. Sylvia with the stop. Rebound pops over to Policia. Hack went up in the air, glove down, and Manhasset will clear the zone. A one-on-one chance for Chris Saramakos. Saramakos, glove stop for Menz. Mondiello D to D. Shot goes wide. Halpern takes a check. Gonna deflect off a stanchion. Stays with Manhasset. Now up to the point, Mondiello. Walking shot blocked by Policia. To Saramakos. Got a stick tied up in his body right now. And that allowed the puck to pop free for a moment. Bethpage clear. Manhasset gets it out. Poked ahead. Cho lets it go. He scores. Evan Cho gonna get his first goal of the season. Makes it 1-0 for Manhasset. 9.5 remaining in period one. Steps over the line, lets it fly. And Evan Cho gives his side the lead. Saramakos looking for McIntyre. So he kept in. Hard wrist shot punched away by Menz. High flip. Weston got a piece of it. Turning shot. Hand pass will be called. Will come out to neutral ice for the faceoff. 1-0 lead for Manhasset. Evan Cho, his first of the year. Face-off is won by the Indians. Puck dumped in. Goes right on net. Menz plays it out. Breakout begins. Push forward for Seglio. Lost it in his own blue. Bergen backing him up. Looking across for Katopka. Jump by Carty. Carty one-hands it deep. And is going to keep going after it. Carty around the cage. Up for Saramakos. Shot bouncing around. Men's covers. Cho with the shot. Came off the stick of Minhas. Out comes Ribeiro. Knocked away. Tumbekis backhands it in. Weston, the first forechecker, comes together with Chang. Chang won the puck, but a penalty will be called here. Weston getting 2 for high sticking. During that battle with Chang, stick came up. Power play begins for the Eagles. Wendell drops down the boards. Comes across, Bergen to the corner. Wendell diving in, looking for a lane. Can't get a shot through. It's poked ahead. Sylvia goes around Palicia. Palicia trying to close off space. He takes it away. Eagles will regroup. Cho dumps it in. Kick off the wall and covered up by Men's. Druzis off on the backhand. Just a minute left on the power play here for the Eagles as Wendell will take it back and will wheel ahead. Wendell cuts over the blue, drops it off. Ribeiro to the middle off the stick of Palicia. Pass to the point will skip out of the zone and Wendell will have to regroup. Quick give and go between Wendell and Seglio. Palicia puts it cross corner and Ribeiro's first to touch. Protecting the puck on the boards. Through the seam, Palicia hits the outside of the net. Goes up to the middle. Wendell, that shot's blocked. Bergen. Going across to Palicia, getting a stick on it, Soramakos. One more through the seam, one-time blast, stopped by Sylvia. Bergen got a lot on that one, but Sylvia read it the whole way. And 3 seconds left on the power play. Weston set to return momentarily. 1-0 lead for the Indians over the Eagles. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Weston out of the box, goes to the bench. Adelman jumps on for him. Wendell starts the breakout, moves it ahead for Seglio. Seglio to Ribeiro at the far blue line. Looks to dangle through Cho. Cho knocks it to the corner. Cho moves to Mondiello. Goes through the middle of the ice. Soramakos skates past Bergen. 2-on-1 chance. Chris Soramakos poked away by Wendell. Puts it back to the corner. Now out front. Won't make it to the cage. Mondiello puts it back deep. Soramakos, goal line. Backdoor look. Adelman couldn't get enough wood on it. Back through the middle. Adelman outside. Soramakos. Pass gets blocked initially. Trying to spin from the pressure, and he keeps the puck in the zone. Return pass to him, taken away by Riley Policia. Policia dangles into the zone. Off on the backhand, goes back door. Katopka got a piece, wouldn't go. Net came off. Pass taken away by Weston. McIntyre goes through the middle. Broken up. Back into the zone. Jake Baudy, he'll dump it in. Byron Soromakos has Katopka pressuring. Puts it up the wall here on the near side. Tumbekis to McIntyre. Came back over to Tumbekis, but swept away one hand by Katopka. Now Cardi will dump it in deep. 4:20 left in the first period. 1-0 lead for Manhasset. Shots are 12-4 in favor of the Indians. McIntyre puts it back to the boards. Tumbekis off to the corner for Weston. Weston takes a bump. Katopka, hard wrap to the weak side. Byron Soromakos on the keep-in. McIntyre stops up behind the net. Now to the slot. Pass taken away. Kept in by Soromakos. No. Official deems it just came out over the line. So delayed offside here on Manhasset. They'll touch up and will come out of the zone for the draw. Over the line, big slap shot, misses the net. Matan Harrell. And now a high flip will end up behind the cage of Addison Menz. Sylvia comes in. Knocks man off puck, now it's played out. Mondiello from the red line floats it back in deep. Sylvia tags up, he'll get on the forecheck. Menz will leave it out for Park. Park hard off the wall. Mondiello pinches, jumped over his stick, but Drew's just backing him up. Puts it on goal, save, rebound, they score! Sylvia sticks with it as it pops behind Menz and he slides it over the line. 2-0 for Manhasset. Puck bouncing around and Sylvia right on top of it. Was ready to go to put that rebound home. He does. 2-0 lead. Sylvia gets his 6th goal of the season. Wendell right off the faceoff carries in for Bethpage. Looking to the point. Harrell takes it away. Poked off Harrell's stick and now across to Mondiello. Sylvia touches it outside for Druzis, trying to kick it back to him after it popped in the air. Played out by the Eagles. Cardi hits Druzis, drops it outside for Sylvia over the blue line. Sylvia to the net, save, rebound pushed away by Bergen. Glove down, Druzis walks off the boards. His shot is blocked. Out comes Ribeiro. Ribeiro with a shot that's stopped and covered by Sylvia with 2:12 remaining. One into the slot and out of the zone. With a lot of pace here comes Adelman. Swings it over to Halpern, who spins and shoots. Save Menz. Keeps it in the glove. That wasn't easy to track, and spinning shot from Ben Halpern. Eagles win the draw. Katapka over the red, dumps it in. Hard wrap, which will end up all the way to Halpern. He's going to draw a penalty after that touch pass to Soromakos. Chris Soromakos looking back door, taken away by Chang. Power play coming up here for the Indians. Halpern gonna roll to the middle. Swings it to Cardi. He's forced to just put it to the corner. Nobody home. Wendell. Fans on the clearing attempt. Held in at the line. Wendell intercepts the pass, and now he's able to flip it out. Stopped at neutral ice by Cardi. Pushed over to Chris Soromakos. Soromakos over the blue. Cuts to the middle. Lets it go. Stick save men's. Halpern up to the point. It's Byron Soromakos. For Cardi. One-time blast hits the post. A lot of muscle behind that one from Liam Cardi. Soromakos knocks it down behind the net to the slot. Chance here. Adelman scores. On the power play. Ryder Adelman gets his second of the year. 3-0 for Manhasset. Good quick passing from the Indians as they capitalize on the power play advantage. And it's now 3-0 here in this one. As we now enter the final minute of period number 1. Mondiello to Cho, who got the scoring started. It'll be dumped in by Weston, looking to go get it. Comes together with Billy Wendell. McIntyre has possession now, rolls out and shoots. Scores! What a snipe from Gunnar McIntyre. And it's 4-0 for Manhasset. Walks it off the boards and just calls his own number. Made no mistake about it. 4-0 lead now. 2 goals in just 19 seconds. What a move coming into the zone. Great chance there for Chris Seglio. He's shut down by Sylvia. It's loose in the paint. Clear to the point. Shot from Wendell. Hits the body, goes wide. So close. Bethpage almost responded very, very quick. Touch pass to the middle. And it kicks over to McIntyre. McIntyre. After an extended battle in front of the Eagles bench, time expires in the first. 4-0 lead for Manhasset. After 15 minutes of hockey, we'll be back for period 2 in just a minute here on the LI Sports Network. Period 2 is live. 4-0 lead for Manhasset. Travis Quigley here on the call. Rowan Honick, Anthony Papasadero, and Gabe Curry on the crew here tonight. Just missing Sam Musnick, who's studying for midterms. 20 seconds gone by. Is Carney gonna scoot around his own net, start a breakout? One-handed into neutral ice. Sylvia trying to catch up to it. Jabbed away by Park. Back in, Policia gets the stick lifted. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Soramakos. Rims it around for Cardi. Left it for Harrell. Harrell trying to clear, not out. Now, Matan Harrell will skate it. 2-on-2 rush. Over the line with a wrist shot that hits the glass. Manhasset in the middle of a line change. As Ribeiro skates the puck out. Looks to one-hand it in, float it out to the Bethpage side of the ice by Mondiello. Manhasset will finish that line change as Halpern off the bench with a backhand to the front. Another try, Adelman, and it's stopped by Menz. Policia begins to wheel. Soramakos kept it in, angled him right. D-to-D look, stretch pass, hits a skate, stays in the zone, and a penalty coming up here as Bethpage going to go on the power play. Sylvia touches up, and the Eagles with a chance to get on the board here. Their second power play of the game. Tripping call. Going on Ben Halpern. Battle in the slot. Katopka gets back, moves it to the point. Policia's pass will come outside of the zone. It's played back to him. Miscommunication between Policia and Wendell, and he'll have to hustle to get there as Soramakos is on his tail. Soramakos knocks Ribeiro to the ice. Puck goes to Cho. He puts it off the boards. Stepping up on Adelman was Wendell, and he keeps it in the zone. Wendell trying to go back to the point. Adelman intercepts and moves it to Soramakos, who's going to go off on a rush. Dangles through, shoots, save, Menz. Would have been a beauty from Soramakos shorthanded. Addison Menz with a big stop right there. Cho will play it all the way back. Mondiello going to have to hustle to get there. Looking to go off the boards, and Katopka intercepts. Moves it to Policia. Policia curling. Finding a lane, goes to the corner. Knocked away from Ribeiro. Cho sends it 200 feet. Weston takes it away, trying to wrap it in. Couldn't hook it to the net, and out comes Wendell. Moves it to Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to get a shot through. Could not get it off. Collision between a couple skaters in the high slot as Cardi flips it out, and Tumbekis will forecheck. Just 22 seconds left on the power play for the Eagles as that stretch pass doesn't find tape and icing is called. Halpern back in 18. Manhasset with a 4-0 lead in this one. Adelman, Cho, McIntyre, and Sylvia, pardon me, are goal scorers. Through the circle, Policia gets it, moves it across for Seglio. Seglio drops it back to Policia, who now enters the zone. Couldn't get past Weston. Weston backhander, glove down by Chang. 2 seconds and 1. Here comes Halpern. 5-on-5 hockey once again. He'll head to the bench. McIntyre jumps on. Policia over the line, punched away by Sylvia. Moved ahead for McIntyre. McIntyre has numbers. Pass blocked. Gets it back. Now he'll move it to the slot. Comes off the stick of Byron Soramakos. Moves it to Weston. Weston takes a check. Keeps the puck. Chang still defending. Moves it back behind the net. Battle continuing. Now it comes up the wall, and Tumbekis pinches to keep it in. McIntyre F1 now. Comes around, trying to drop it to the point. Weston. Tumbekis got a piece, and it'll come out. Hacked back into the zone by Soromakos. Through the middle, Policia gloves it. 10.5 left in period 2. It's Tumbekis trying to dump the puck in. Policia stops it up, swings it back to Chang. Chang took a hit there from Tumbekis. Ribeiro broken up by Cardi. Intercepting the pass. Policia stays in the zone. Zeglio trying to find Ribeiro. Paddled aside by Sylvia. That pass will come out. And offside gets called on the Eagles. Manhasset win the face-off. It's Mondiello over the red. Drops it for Sylvia upon the zone entry. He'll flip it into the corner. Glove down and cleared out by Bethpage. Druzas trying to go back off the wall. It pops out for Mondiello. He'll move it to Sylvia. Just wasn't ready for that pass as he was turning around to head back north. Druzas to Sylvia. Chip and chase. Druzas cuts to the middle. Couldn't get a shot off. Out of the zone come the Eagles. Matan Harrell with the stick lift puts it right back in deep. Mondiello to the half wall. Middle. Harrell, one-touch shot goes wide. Druzas for Harrell. Back to Druzas. To Harrell. Looking slot, taken away. Ronaldo knocked to the ice, pass for Sylvia, couldn't get a shot through. 8:25 remaining, one more chance here. Harrell, backhand look, and Menz takes the whistle for Bethpage. After the D-zone draw for the Eagles, it's flipped into the Manhasset bench inadvertently by Minhas. So face-off will stay inside for Manhasset. 8:13 to go in period 2, 4-0 lead. Shots are currently 20-5 in favor of the Indians. Bethpage win the face-off in the D-zone. Wendell starts the breakout, kicks it to Ribeiro. Ribeiro started the skate. Circles back instead. Off the back wall to Chang. Kept in with the feet by Cho. Wrapped around Adelman, hits Soromakos in the slot, trying to get a shot through, goes wide. Now up to the point, it's Cho. He'll snap it towards goal. Pad save, kicked off to the corner by Menz. Policia moves it to Ribeiro. Ribeiro's got some good pace here. Looking to dangle through, broken up Mondiello. Stood him up in the process. Halpern with time and space off the boards to carry the puck, and he will. Halpern snaps it in. Defense making a change here for Manhasset as Cardi and Soromakos jump on. Cleared out, and Cardi will reset High flip back in. Got a delayed offside on Manhasset. They're making a line change here. They're going to tag up. They do so. And they finish their line change as well. Almost a turnover for Weston. And into the zone, Ribeiro on the back check. Weston got a piece of him. And that disabled Ribeiro from getting a shot to the net. McIntyre to Weston. Cuts through the middle of the ice. Weston shoots and a glove save for Addison Menz. We're past the halfway point of the hockey game. 6:37 left in period number 2. Cross, Cardi looking back post. Missed the stick of Weston. Tumbekis hits the outside of the net with it. Goes out front, hits a skate. Clearing attempt held by Cardi. Protecting the puck, Cardi. His pass blocked. Katopka using the glass and clears. Foot race for it. Bergen drops it. Shot from Seglio. Save from Sylvia. Kept in by Park. His shot blocked by Weston. It's a foot race for it. Getting there in time, Ronaldo. Weston carries in offside, though. McIntyre just in before the biscuit. Up to the blue, Sylvia slides middle, and the pass is broken up. Out comes Katopka. Headmans it for Seglio, bounced off his backhand. Cho takes possession. Cho up the boards. Matan Harrell to the middle for Sylvia. Jake Sylvia cuts in, drops it outside. Harrell, save Menz. Silvio, slick play there, gloving it down, taking it to the net with a chance, denied by Menz. That would have been unreal. Caught it, threw it behind his back, beat 2 defenders, but couldn't beat Menz. Puck comes out, Katopka gloves it down, and he's off to the races. Katopka with a chance, he shoots, blocker stop for Will Sylvia. Puck dish to Harrell. Glove stop from Menz. 4:32 to go. Manhasset and Soramakos protecting the puck. Puts it down low to Halpern. Halpern out front, redirected, doesn't go. Second try, Soramakos, and again stopped up by Menz. 21-6. Here in this matchup, the shots on goal in favor of the Indians. Wendell cut the net and moved it to Minhas. It's chopped up into the Eagles bench. Manhasset up 4-0. This was the scoreline that they won by last time these two teams met, 4-0. Manhasset looking to complete the double over the Eagles. D-to-D pass. Splitting through. Soramakos makes the deke. He scores! What a move by Soramakos. He makes it 5-0 on the backhand forehand tuck. Great individual effort there from Soramakos. 5 unanswered for Manhasset. 3:40 to go in the second period. Draw one, Cho. Kicks it over to Mondiello. Floats it up. And Bethpage will reset. All over it though. McIntyre forces a turnover. Weston shoots, pad save. It's kept in by Tumbekis. Weston takes a check, and a penalty going to be called here. Interference going on Billy Wendell. And a power play here from Manhasset late in period 2. Interference call on Wendell. Looked like it was initially called interference. I think the penalty got changed to a roughing call instead. As the Eagles able to clear it out as the power play begins for Manhasset. Policia takes it away, shorthanded, trying to go to the net. Weston wins it back though. Moves it to Tumbekis, who will smack it cross corner. Eagles look to get out. Policia's clearing attempt blocked down by Weston. He'll put it back low. Another clearing attempt kept in. That time it was Mondiello. It's Weston with the puck. Skate the stick up to Mondiello once more. Returns it for Weston. Those two continue to have a catch. Mondiello one more time. Weston and one more time. For Mondiello. Holds. Returns to Weston. Pass was behind him. Trying to clear it out. Bergen couldn't get it. Weston rolls. He shoots. Save Menz. 52 seconds left on the penalty to Wendell. 2:08 to go in period 2. Manhasset win the draw. Soramakos walks and shoots. That's deflected. They score. Sylvia using the stick as a ramp. Berries on the power play. 6-0 Manhasset. Second of the night for Jake Sylvia. A perfect redirection there. As the lead is now extended for Manhasset in the middle frame. 4 goals in the first, now 2 here in the second. Over to Cardi. Matan Harrell over the line. Floats it towards the net, but went in behind. Sylvia's chance down low to the goal line. Soramakos keeps it. Gets it to the captain, Sylvia. Drews has taken a bump. Sylvia trying to help him out. It pops out through the middle of the ice. And Vent will be able to dish it ahead. Seglio cuts and shoots. Glove save for Will Sylvia. Manhasset with 3 games left after tonight. Bethpage with 2. Inching closer to playoff hockey here in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. We'll have our play-in round on Sunday, February 1st. That shot hits the outside of the net. Quarterfinals kicking off on Tuesday and Wednesday. Dates of that will be February 3rd and 4th. Glove down Sylvie after his shot got blocked. Now a backhand try, save, rebound. They score. Matan Harrell sitting on the post, floats it over the pad of men's, and it's 7-0 Indians. Harrell gets his first of the night, 4th of the season. Hills, Valley Stream, Bethpage, all within 3 points of each other between seeds 5, 6, and 7. As Wendell walks in, shoots, he scores! What a snipe from Billy Wendell. He didn't have an angle at all, but still puts it home, and Bethpage is on the board. It's 7-1. What a snipe. Absolutely incredible. You see, barely had any space to put it, but found it. 40 seconds to go in the second. 8th goal of the season for Billy Wendell. Well over a point per game for these Eagles. One-time chance denied with the knob. Another one-timer saved by Menz with the right pad. 2 big stops from Madison Menz back-to-back on one-time looks. Soramakos, he'll stop up. Slides it to Halper, now out front. Deflects to Cardi. He'll go D to D. Byron Soramakos is trying to put it in deep. Policia takes it, clears the zone. 7 seconds left. Soramakos starts to skate. One last look for a shot. Throws it on net. Menz will hold it. And the time will expire in period 2. 15 minutes left. 7-1 lead for Manhasset as they look to secure victory and jump back up to the 3rd seed in the standings. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. Third period is live. Bethpage win the draw, but it's intercepted by Halper, and his shot gets blocked. 7-1 lead for Manhasset here over the Eagles. as the Indians scored 7 straight before Billy Wendell was able to pop one in. Cho's shot ramps up a stick, batted out of the air by Halpern, covered up by Menz. 6 different goal scorers in this game for Manhasset. Matan Harrell, Gunnar McIntyre, Evan Cho, Ryder Adelman, Chris Soromakos, each with 1 tally, and Jake Sylvia with 2. He's on hat-trick watch here in the 3rd period. Soromakos walks to the high slot, looking for a lane to shoot. He does, stopped by Menz. It's Adelman who collects the rebound. Leaves it with Soromakos, back to Adelman. Soromakos walks, stays behind the net with it, continues to drag. Now Mondiello shovels it, and Menz will cover up. Poked away, McIntyre lost the handle in the slot. So he was trying to move it to Weston alone in front. Ribeiro, a lot of speed, chips it past Cho, but space is closed off. Weston moves it ahead. It pops off the stick of Gavin Baudil, and McIntyre's over the blue. Takes the wrister, and Menz bobbled it first time, but kept it tight. Did not give up a rebound. Tumbekis off the boards, looking back door from McIntyre, hit his skate, then it goes wide. Chipped out over the stick of Cardi. Wendell and Katopka chasing after it. Katopka to the middle for Wendell, broken up by Byron Soromakos, and McIntyre lays a big hit on Wendell. Soromakos takes the puck and leads a 2-on-2 rush. Byron Soromakos shot, stopped by Menz, caught it off the shoulder and took the whistle. 2 minutes, 7 seconds gone in the 3rd period. Cho takes it away. In the midst of a battle, Sylvia out of the corner looking to the slot. Stolen by Ronaldo. Comes across. Bergen unable to clear the zone as the boards got plugged up. And Druzis and Ronaldo come together. Turnover. Matan Harrell goes wide. Druzis back in, offside is called. 12:15 left in regulation, 7-1 lead for Manhasset. Sylvia went forward off the face-off. Now a battle in front of the Eagles bench as it's pushed to the corner for Sylvia. Sylvia walks, hits Druzis, save Menz, rebound, another stop Menz. Sylvia scoops, he scores! Hat-trick goal for Jake Sylvia. 8-1 for the Indians. Got to give a lot of credit to men's. Made 2 big stops, but just lost sight of the puck after that second save, and Sylvia collected and had a wide open net to turn and fire into. Halpern will dump the puck in. Comes to Soromako's top of the circle. Back to the wall, Adelman. Adelman curling with it, puts it behind the net for Halpern. A lot of pressure on and up the boards. Eagles look to get it out. They do momentarily. It comes back into their own end, though. D-to-D look. Park gonna dump the puck in. Cho gets there first, trying to reverse it. Ribeiro intercepts. Soromakos trying to cut around Bergen, taken away. Back in Ribeiro. 3-on-2 chance. Ribeiro goes wide. Halpern gets a stick on it first. It comes out to neutral ice. The pass goes off the glass, hitting the stick of Palicia, coming down to the Eagles' end. Nice little fake there from Bergen. He's out of the zone. Taken by McIntyre, but it pops right to Ribeiro. Ribeiro cuts in, shoots, blocked by Soromakos. That was Byron in the lane. McIntyre chips it out. Chris Soromakos catches up to it, 2-on-1, slides it to Tumbekis, breakaway chance, he scores! Harry Tumbekis with his 3rd of the year on the pass from Chris Soromakos. 9-1 Manhasset. Broken up, and it's Wendell, who has some room to skate it out. Going to be forced to cut back into his own end. Pass is intercepted. Tumbekis dumps it back deep. Wendell driving in wide to the slot. One-time try, save made by Will Sylvia. Wendell, shot gets blocked. Katopka out front, another one-time chance. Sylvia gonna dive on it after making another save. Cho with a weak side wrap. First to it was Chang, but it comes through the middle and Sylvia collects it. Sylvia shoots, it's blocked, and goes right to Menz, who will cover. Sylvia wins the face-off, will keep possession himself. Wraps it hard around the boards to Jeruzas. Poked it middle, Katopka read it, and he'll skate it out. Brandon Katopka shovels it in, continues on the forecheck. Knocks the stick out of the hands of Jeruzas, and a penalty coming up here on the Eagles. And it's touched up, and Katopka will head to the box. I gotta say, I love the fact that Brandon Katopka is wearing a Jofa cage when I think Jofa stopped ceasing to make equipment by the time all these guys on the ice were born. So, I mean, that's awesome. Just vintage gear right there. Comes back, Cho. As Manhasset on the power play here. Have capitalized on the power play tonight. Over to Mondiello. Back for Cho. Just able to keep it in. A lot of pressure on. Cho looking through the seam. Wendell intercepts and moves it to Ribeiro. Ryan Ribeiro looking to walk through. Knocked away by Mondiello. Cho carries out of the corner. Moves it ahead off the skate of Harrell. And Sylvia enters the offensive zone. Immediately has his space closed off. Puts it low for Harrell. Off the boards for Cho. Cho at the point, walks and shoots. Blocked off by Aiden Park. Park looks to clear. Cho will keep it in. Down the boards to Druzis. Trying to drop it off for Sylvia. Sylvia will collect. Keeps rolling. Looking for Mondiello. Mondiello. Back into space for Sylvia. Sylvia has it tied up in his own feet. Kicks it ahead to his stick. Moves it for Druzis. Rocket of a pass. Bounced off the tape. But it's poked back down low for Sylvia. Looking Druzis again. It will go all the way across to Mondiello. Looks for Cho. Over the stick. Comes together with Ribeiro. And Ribeiro gets it out for Wendell. Shorthanded 2-on-1 chance as Wendell possesses. Ribeiro drives. Wendell shot off the glove of Sylvia. 7 minutes remaining in regulation as it's stretched out for Harrell. Harrell driving wide. Takes it around the net, waiting for reinforcements. He'll slide it off for Adelman, just out of reach. Adelman puts it back. Cardi, one-timer save. Rebound. Another stop. Adelman keeps it deep. Sorimakos on it. Bergen wraps it around. Out of the box. Katopka. 5-on-5. We go. Eagles clear the zone. Byron Sorimakos. Quick cutback on Policia. He evades him and swings a pass to Halpern. Halpern stops up on the hash marks. Back to the point for Cardi. He'll walk and shoot. Pad stop for Menz. Cardi on the keep in. Down to the goal line. Halpern lost it in his feet. Goes behind Menz and Chris Sorimakos collects. Sorimakos back to the point for Cardi. Lets it go. Went wide. Whacked off the back of the net by Halpern. Cardi gonna pinch in again for Sorimakos. Down low to Halpern. Halpern protecting the puck. Curling away from Policia. It's Halpern to the front. One-timer save. Menz. Puck is still loose. Eagles banging on the boards for their netminder. Up top for Cardi. That shot goes wide. 5.5 remaining. Wendell gets the pass, drives in wide on Sorimakos, and his shot will hit the post. Trying to score from an odd angle once again. Manhasset clear. Adelman to Halpern. It's Halpern. Stopping up. Just puts it low. Wants to head off for a line change as Policio will possess for the Eagles. Tumbekis on the keep-in. Sorimakos walks and shoots off a stick. Hits the glass, stays in the rink. Final 5 minutes of this hockey game. Back from Mondiello. Shot is blocked by Policia. Policia gets through Weston. And will carry, has Wendell to his right. Policia to the outside, saves Sylvia, covered up. Long pass, looking for McIntyre. Came in behind him off the boards. Back ahead for Vent, who takes a check. Tumbekis will put it into the zone. Now it's with Chang. Chang cutting back, taking away Tumbekis. Katopka retreats to help out, wraps it to the weak side. To be held in after it pops out to Weston for Tumbekis. Tumbekis out front, hits a skate, and Vent will skate it out. Lost possession thanks to a back-checking Weston, and now Weston will get a one-on-one look. Takes it around Chang, Weston to the net. He scores! Peter Weston. Breakaway goal there, makes it 10-1. Shot there, that rings the bar for Weston, looking for his second, all in the same shift. Big collision down low, McIntyre protecting the puck, Katopka trying to play the body, knocks McIntyre off the biscuit now. Arm up behind the play. We got a penalty being called. It's Katopka going to the box too for slashing with 3 minutes remaining. Policia takes possession as the power play begins, and the high stick will be called on Manhasset after Policia's clearing attempt. So we'll go all the way down, and no zone draw shorthanded here for the Eagles. Long stretch pass after the D-zone draw, and Druzis is off. Druzis shoots, save Menz. Bergen takes it away, puts it around the boards. Harrell for Druzis. Druzis for Sylvia. Now to Cardi, back for Sylvia. Returns it, Cardi with a shot that goes wide. Stuck on the back of the net, we'll get a stoppage. 2:21 left, 1:19 remaining on the power play. Eight different goal scorers in this one for Manhasset. They've got a 10-1 lead. As time continues to dwindle here, they're going to jump back to the number 3 position in the table. After this win, they will be 3 points back of Belmore Merrick for the number 2 spot. So still a chance to climb for Manhasset. They'll need some help as Manhasset will have 3 games left after tonight. Belmore still with 4. Puck kept in by the Indians. Move to Druzis, who drags and shoots. It's blocked, but pops to Harrell. Harrell across for Sylvia. Sylvia for Druzis. Shot, scores. Druzis buries on the power play. Make that 9 different goal scorers now for Manhasset. Joe carries it in after the goal on the power play. Halpern holds the puck, rolls to the middle. Leaves it for Mondiello. Returned it back to him. Bethpage cleared it. Final minute of this hockey game. Off the boards, just out of reach for Adelman. Bergen snaps it to Minhas. Taking away Soromakos to Halpern. Halpern drops it for Soromakos. He'll drag around the net. Out front, they score. Adelman. .34 seconds left. Puck gets dumped in. First back to it is Park. Moves it up the boards. Policia on a stick lift. 20 seconds to go. Policia backhands it over. It gets pushed in deep by Connor Kiernan. McIntyre over the blue. Outside to Mbekis. Shot off a stick. McIntyre will glove it down, and that's going to do it. Manhasset going to secure victory tonight. 12-1 the final score as they ran away with this one. 9 different goal scorers in the contest for Manhasset. As they pick up the win, they move back to number 3 in the standings. 1 point over Syosset, 3 points back of the Dogs. Now with just a couple of games left, potentially either hold firm, move up. See what happens there. Bethpage, 2 games left, still have a chance to climb out of the play-in, but they're going to need some help, and they're going to have to win both of those games outright. Eagles, Friday, January 23rd. This upcoming Friday over at Freeport, they'll be taking on Syosset at 9:15. And then Sunday, January 25th, 8 p.m. game against Belmore Merrick here at the TOB. We will have that game live here on the LI Sports Network for you on Sunday night. Or pardon me, we will not have that game live on Sunday. We actually are covering Sunday night hockey in Long Beach this Sunday. It's our Hockey Day in Long Beach coverage, featuring our college and high school programs, Farmingdale Rams and FAU at 2 o'clock, and 2 New York Islanders high school hockey games to follow down in Long Beach on Sunday, so my apologies there. Manhasset back in action on Sunday night, 8:10 p.m. game against Half Hollow Hills over at the Clark Gillies Arena, and then they'll round out the regular season with back-to-back matchups against East Meadow. So big win tonight for Manhasset, 12-1 the final, back to the 3rd seed, and a chance to keep on climbing. Don't go anywhere. We've got our player of the game interview coming up next here on the LI Sports Network. Manhasset, 12-1 final. We are live post-game with our player of the game with a hat trick tonight, Jake Sylvia, in the 12-1 win for Manhasset over Bethpage. Jake, great performance from you in this one, and a great performance from the team. 9 different goal scorers for you guys. I'm sure no one was keeping track of that on the bench. I was keeping track of it up there. But what does that show to yourself and the rest of the league that, hey, we can do it all kinds of ways? We got scoring top to bottom.
Yeah, we were missing a lot of guys tonight. We had a short bench. Guys were sick. So everyone had to step up, and everyone just worked hard, and the team had just all around a great game. Yeah.
So you put up the Hattie tonight. What were you seeing out there? Maybe a couple friendly bounces, but a couple where you showed your skill too. Just talk about what you saw that led to your success.
I think all my goals were kind of set up by my teammates. Some of them were like rebounds or tips, and I couldn't have done it without them, I guess,
Yeah. You got to do it with the boys, right?
Yeah.
You need the help from the boys. Now, I want to talk to you about playoffs coming up. Obviously, we don't want to get too far ahead. You still got 3 regular season games to go. But I remember last year, you guys were really driven to be the first team from the VC2 to win the title. You obviously earned promotion. The only loss you had was in the semifinals. How hungry is the group to bounce back, roll into playoffs, playing winning hockey, and bring a championship back to the program?
Yeah, we got a lot of seniors this year, and it's our last year. We've been together for 4 years, so we came up close last year, and it just means a lot for us to fight our hardest this year. I think we got a good shot at making it far. We got a good group, and we're just gonna give it our best shot to win, I guess.
Yeah, and just what do you think it's gonna take to make sure you guys can do that?
I think we gotta figure out how to score more goals in our important games. We've played Long Beach twice, and we've only put up a goal on them each game. So we gotta really work to score more goals. And I think we showed it tonight that we can score, but I think that's our biggest opponent that we're gonna face in the playoffs is gonna be Long Beach and Belmore. We gotta score against them, and that's how we're going to win.
Listen, man, you're 100% right. You guys do a great job keeping the puck out. You did a great job filling the net tonight. Continued success to you, Jake, and to your teammates. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck the rest of the way. And we're going to see you guys in playoffs in just a little bit.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Jake Sylvia, he's our player of the game tonight. Manhasset win 12-1. Just one game on the schedule tonight. Manhasset are winners. Got to thank my crew, Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Zakuri, and Rowan Loddick. We'll still thank Sam Musnick, who's at home studying for midterms. My name's Travis Quigley. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on Friday down in Long Beach for more coverage of the New York Islanders High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network.